What's up, guys? So it is Sunday morning, it is 7:30 and it is +1, just above freezing. So I got some new products in the mail, which I'm going to put down on the putting green and the perennial rye out front. That's that way. But yeah, just wanted to get out here early, show you the view. Look at those fall colors. Foggy in the background. It's actually quite nice outside right now. So yeah, I'll mix those things up, put them in the backpack sprayer, and then blanket coat this in the front. And that's what it's going to be today. But with that, it's a new product, so let's get started. Alright guys, so this is what I got. So this is ferrous sulfate, and the first thing I noticed when it arrived is there's no instructions on it whatsoever, no rates or anything like that. Either way, okay, so that's the iron. Ammonium sulfate, again, no instructions. So what I did is I actually reached out to Matt from the grass factor just to give me some pointers on what grades I should be using for my grass type. Now I specifically asked about my putting green because it is bent grass, creeping bent grass, which is an old school bent grass. So it's hungry. It wants a lot of nitrogen and iron and micronutrients, but it wants this stuff hard. So what he recommended is, I actually wrote it down, 8 ounces per 1,000 square feet of ferrous sulfate and 1 pound of ammonium sulfate per 1,000 square feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix up 2 batches of it in this hot water, spray it on the yard. And I'm going to use the same rates on the front yard because it's 1,500 square feet, so that'll be a little bit light. So I'm fine with that. I just want to see what it does. Like I said, it's just a test plot anyways for this season. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know when you order this, there is no rates on it. You got to figure that out. And unfortunately, I was fortunate enough just to be able to talk to Matt, and he gave me a few pointers. But with that, let's mix this stuff up and let's get outside. So, easy to open, which is nice. I don't know if I should be wearing gloves or not. It's probably in your best interest to, but I'm not going to. Alright, so 8 ounces. Got my scale. Yeah, you might not want to breathe this in. It's pretty fine powder. Nice Ziploc. Seal it back up. Alright, so that's 8.3 ounces. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to chuck that in. Probably should have gone a bit slower, but whatever. It's like 8 in the morning now. Alright, stir that up. Alright, now ammonium sulfate. Same deal. Opens up easy. Very fine powder. Oh, 1 pound. It's almost like pouring salt. Okay, so that's 10 ounces. pretty sure 16 ounces is a pound, so we'll aim for that. If I'm wrong about the 16 ounces equals 1 pound, let me know in the comments, because that's what I'm going with. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Okay, so 6.5, a little bit heavy, but whatever. Seal that back up. Drop it in. Alright, so I'm just going to stir this to dissolve it. Apparently this stuff dissolves pretty quick, but it doesn't matter because if it all doesn't dissolve, I'm still going to sift it through some pantyhose because that is my preferred method. Okay, so I didn't let it sit, I actually just stirred it up and it seems fine. I couldn't hear anything or feel anything in the bottom. Nonetheless, pantyhose go on. Good to go. Hoping I don't spill. Looks like coffee. All right, so little bit of chunks left over. It'd probably dissolve if I took a little bit more time, but I didn't. Either way, it's not in the tank, so I'm just gonna pull this off. So I'm gonna have to use that for the putting green. Set it down in the bucket. Go outside, fill this thing up with the garden hose, and start spraying. Let's go. Alright guys, so that is the front section done. Now I'm just going to mix this up again, then go and hit the putting green. Let's go. Alright guys, so that's it. Everything's sprayed. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. Probably around noon, 1 o'clock is what it's calling for. Who knows if it's going to do it. So it'll just sit where it is. It'll get watered in naturally. If it doesn't rain, I'll come out tonight and water it in. But I'm really curious to see how these products actually do. And I know you guys are probably thinking, man, he's fertilized his putting green like 3 times in the last month. And yes, I have. Why? This is the backwoods. I do what I want. Alright, so sorry, it's all in the name of science. I just want to see what happens with certain things. And I do know that this kind of grass needs a lot of nitrogen. I know that now. The newer cultivars of pencross grass or bentgrass in general, like Pen A1, Pen A4, those you do not need as much fertilizer. But with this one, it's old school. It needs maintenance. It needs to be taken care of. You gotta love it. And that's what I'm doing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have any questions about the product, leave them down below in the comments. I'll get back to you. Just one last thing, guys. Do not forget to clean out your backpack sprayer or your pump sprayer, whatever you have. I just did this thing twice. You don't want to have any gunk building up in there. You want it to run smoothly every single time you go out to spray. So again, with that, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to click the subscribe button to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the backwoods. See you next time.